Good morning, welcome back to our channel. We are starting a new job today, so the whole thing will be documented and put onto our YouTube channel as all of the jobs have been so far. We have also set up our Instagram account now, so you can find us on Instagram as well as our business Facebook page as well. So let me tell you about this new job. We are in Bromsgrove and we're going to be doing a renovation. So we're going to be taking a garage, we're going to be ripping off a roof, putting a new one on, we're going to be converting the inside of it, we're going to be knocking out 2 load-bearing walls, we're going to be putting in some steels, we're going to be installing a utility room, a new kitchen, a new bathroom, and we're also going to be redoing the back of the house with some new windows and some steels. We've got 4 steels going into this job, so it's going to be a lovely tasty job. I'll flip you around and you can have a look at what we're going to do. So this is the garage we are going to be converting. We are going to be taking off this existing roof, getting rid of it. We're going to be putting in some new joists and we're going to be making a warm deck roof, so insulation on top of the decking with our rubber covering, our Resitrix going on top. And then this space here is going to be converted. We are going to be keeping this space with the garage doors in for a bit of storage. We're going to be moving the boiler from over there to over here, and we're going to be moving the fuse board from the other side of that wall over to this side as well. Our toilet is going to go here and our utility room is going to go here, and then the kitchen will start about here, and it is going to be a lovely L-shaped kitchen running all the way in there. So this dividing wall between the garage and the main house is going to be coming out. We are going to be putting a nice big juicy steel all the way along. That way we can knock this out and we have a nice open area. We're going to be joining this steel to another steel which will run across here to support a new window going into this back wall. We're going to be taking that window out and back door out. Let's have a look in here. This is the existing kitchen. So that window is going to be coming out, it's going to be blocked up, and then we're going to be having a ceiling to floor glass window to let in a load of light, and this door is going to be replaced with a glass door. So when you look at the front door, if you turn around you'll be able to see all the way straight through, and it will just let in an abundance of light. One thing I forgot to mention, we are putting a skylight into our new flat roof, so it's going to be a nice sky lantern, as you can see here on our plans right there. We are going to be also knocking this wall out. We're going to be putting a steel in there to support the load bearing wall above, and again we're going to be joining this steel to another steel which is going into this cavity wall here. So the kitchen will be starting there, it will run all the way along and it will end about here. So we're going to be having a lovely big kitchen. And then if we come into here, like I say, this wall is going to be knocked out and this whole space is just going to flow right through for them. We're going to be keeping this door in. And if we go outside to have a look, the changes we're going to make exteriorly are going to be that window's coming out, and we're going to put, like we say, a floor to ceiling window in. We're going to be taking this door and this window out, and we're going to be raising the eaves. That way we can match the levels of the windows, so the house doesn't, so the new section, the conversion, doesn't stand out from the old property. We've got a load of bricks there that we can use because these old imperial bricks are no longer made. So getting a very close brick match would have been our only option, but we do have a number of bricks here, and if I take you through, you can also see that this wall is of the same brick. So what we'll do is we'll gently take this wall down when we put the steel in, and then we can reuse these bricks as well because they're the same as the bricks on the outside. The only issue is the bricks on the outside are weathered, these here are not. So there may be a slight differential in colour, but like I say, we're limited because the bricks, these here, are no longer made, and they need to be specially made by a brick company, and that can cost quite a bit of money. And for the sake of what we're going to need is about 350 bricks, which is half a pallet. The cost doesn't justify the means, so we're going to reuse these bricks out there along with the bricks that we've got in the garden. So Matt is currently making everything ready for a rip out. So we've taken this little cubby hole out. There's a door here which you could open, and obviously this used to be almost like a breakfast bar. He's going to be taking this kitchen out. We've got the electrician coming in today. He's going to cut the electrics because we are also having a full house rewire. We're going to be having a full house rewire, and we're going to be moving or changing this old fuse box. This is an old boy, look at that. So we're going to be having a nice new consumer unit which will be able to take all the extra electrics for the new kitchen and the conversion, and it's going to be put on the other side of the wall. If you have a look at our plans, we have got a visual representation of what it's all going to look like. So these here are our steels that are going to be going in, and then we've got the front of the garage which is there, our dividing wall is there, and then we've got our utility and our toilet, and then this kitchen is going to flow all the way through, and it's going to be a nice open space kitchen diner down this entire area. It's going to let in a load of light because of that window, which is a floor to ceiling window, and we've also got the skylight which is going to be going into our flat roof as well. And we've also got the drawings from the structural engineer for our steels. It tells us what beams we need to have engineered. We've got some L-strip lintels going in here, and some high-spec Naylor R6 lintels going internally here. So the order of play is going to be thus. We are going to take this rest of this kitchen out. We are then going to rip this roof off, and it's going to be chucked away. We're then going to take out this window, this door. We're going to take out this window as well, and then we are going to be looking at getting our acro props in here, so then we can start taking some bricks out and getting ready for our steel going in. It also gives us a little bit more room in here as well. We're then going to be putting on our new roof. That is going to be a flat roof with a 1 degree pitch or 1 degree slope, so rainwater can run into the guttering system. We will then put our partition wall up, and we'll then cavity this wall here. We're going to use that, we're going to use stud to put that in, and then we're going to put insulation board in between the stud work. We're going to have a 100mm cavity, and then we're going to be putting insulated board on top of that. That way we meet our building regulations for thermal efficiency, we meet our U value then. So we'll have 100mm insulation going into the stud work, and then on top of the stud work we're going to have 35mm insulation which is going to be attached to plasterboard. Once we have done that, we are then going to look at probably getting this section sorted out, getting the window and the door bricked in, and then we can look at where our window is going to go. We're going to have to take this pillar out as well, and then we'll look at the brickwork that's going to be involved in blocking this section here up, because this section is where our floor to ceiling window is going to go. We'll then think about getting all of our plumbing work done for our soil, for our bathroom, our utility, The plumber is going to come in, and this central heating system here is going to be ripped out and an entire new one put in. So we're going to have a new combi boiler put over here. Customers not decided whether or not they want it boxed into the utility or they want it on the side of the garage, because there's going to be no doorway this here where this partition wall is going to be. If they want access to the boiler, they're going to have to come through the garage or out of the house and then through the garage to get to it. So I think they're discussing whether that's going to be a feasible option for them. Alternatively, it will be put into the utility and it will be boxed in with utility cupboards. We need to raise this floor here. We need to raise it by about 120 millimeters, and we also need to level the floor. If you can have a look, you can see that it slopes quite a bit. So we have got a choice. We can either use some floor leveling compound, which will mix in with some sharp sand. That allows us to make a thicker floor leveling compound. The other option will be that we can put some furring strips across until we've got our level, and then we can insulate on top of that. We can put our board, our floorboard, our cable deck on top of that as well. And we also need to damp proof this floor, so we will paint it with some blackjack damp proof membrane, and then that will be the floor sorted. We'll then be looking at getting the first fix for all the plumbing and the electrics done, and we will then be looking at coming in here and making sure that this room is made right for the kitchen to go in. So we've got quite a lot of work ahead of us. This is a job I've been really looking forward to get my teeth sunk into. Now we've come to the start date. We'll set up some time lapses. You can watch us as we do our build, and hopefully you'll get something out of it, whether it's a bit of enjoyment from watching us or whether it's a bit of knowledge from learning from us. Hopefully these videos give everyone who watches them just a little bit of either knowledge or enjoyment, which is what we want.